All right, we got this in here. How do I open it? Yeah, brother. We got new parts, we got new parts, we got new parts. Yeah. What can it be? Is it what I think it is? Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Grab this, put it right there. Oh, I probably shouldn't have put that in first, shouldn't I? I should probably put this in and then put that in. Philip said. She is installed. Don't know why I did that, don't need it. We got our e-torque set here. This is what should give us the ability to remove this tranny from this car, okay? I usually use my hands for that process, but I haven't ran into that yet, but we can use the e-torques. For that, this is a very cheap set, so it probably doesn't have that size. Something big. But you use, for example, this on that. Now, we have to make sure that the jack is positioned properly underneath the transmission before we do this task, because I would very much like it to come out without falling, mainly because if it falls, it's probably gonna fall on me, and that's not gonna be nice. Since I'm underneath of something that's like 1.5 feet off the ground, I can't really just move out of the way easily. I'm not that agile. So, where's my light? Here you are. Let's just make sure this thing doesn't fall all the way to the ground and break my motor mounts. Never mind, it has been sitting completely all the way down the entire night. I thought I jacked it up, but this is a good time to reposition the jack. All right, the transmission has now been officially unweighted. Now, we can use that extension there and our new e-torques socket to get this tranny out of this car. Where'd I sit it? That was a trivia question for you guys. I sat it down so that you guys can see where I sat it, and I'm gonna ask you to make sure you're paying attention. This can either end with me being unchristian-like and very, very loud, or it can end with me being satisfied that I discovered where I sat it, and then we move on with our day. Yeah, I don't know where it is. This is a extreme lapse in my judgment. I'm very disappointed in myself. I would like to apologize to anyone I offended when I sat down the socket in the wrong spot, and now I can't find it after waiting for it. Yeah. Well, that's a wrap.
Yeah, I'm all in.
There's gonna be problems here if you don't tell me where I put that socket, all right? Coming for you first, you're aluminum. Where is my socket? Bastard! Where'd you put it? That's not good for it. Where'd you put it? I found it! All right, time to take the transmission out. So many cuss words I want to say right now. All 6 HPs are now illegal. This can easily be the most aggravating part of working on this car. It probably will be the most aggravating part of working on this car. Bitch! F***ing work! Short extension. Get the f*** out my face right now, or we gonna have a situation. Someone's about to lose a limb if they can't provide my extension. Okay, now last piece. If this doesn't work and I wasted $10 on something I really didn't need, I'm gonna squeal and in anguish. If something else falls on my face from these seat shieldings, there's going to be an issue. And there'll be more things that need fixed on my car. They were not the car's fault. If I only had someone to come help me by holding a light. You do your swivel thing. There you go. There's gonna be a shortage of shits to give. This ratchet. Off, you fucking son. You won't fucking rotate. This is the contraption I'm working with here. And I also know this is the most uncomfortable thing I've ever done in my life. And it's eerie too because the transmission's just hanging here. So really, I have to worry about this falling off this. Like, my hands are slippery because they're covered in oil. And I can't grip this, so I have to use a socket. And that's called Tighten. And I also have to worry about shit getting in my eye. And I have to worry about the transmission falling on me. Hey, 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 hey. We got her. Now, I'm gonna take the top ones off. These ones here are gonna come off. Then those ones are gonna come off. And then I'm gonna jack it up so I can get to the one, so that this is flat. And I can get to the ones that I can't get to while it's jacked up. GoPro, cool down to 10. All right, so I cooled off the GoPro. I'll probably put the clip in where I put it underwater, but yeah, it started melting the top of my head mount. Well, that's done for now, isn't it? Or is it? Yep. Son of a dang. It still worked. Woo! Shade! Dang, son, this shit about but pick the car up on this Harbor Freight $6 flashlight. Anything bad I said about this has now been taken back. Do I still smell burning plastic? Because if I do, we're having a bad night, all right? All right, everything has now been offloaded to my computer. If this thing keeps acting up, I'm gonna throw it through my windshield. No shit. All right, now, it is time to finally remove the final bolts of this transmission so that we can take it out of this absolute unit here. I do believe that the transmission is going to be the hardest part to take out and the hardest part to put back in when it comes to anything else that we are doing to this car. So yeah, I'm excited. Gonna take some bolts off here, get this all set up and ready here for transmission to come down. Last bolts out before I have her jack it up more. So last night I got this transmission out of here finally. I'm sorry, towards the end my GoPro died and I wasn't really able to get very good footage. I tried using my phone, but the thing fell over while I was taking the transmission out. So I didn't really get a very good footage of me pulling the transmission out, but it came out right after my GoPro died. So I just pulled it out, carried it over here and sat it down on my little box here, sprayed some penetrating fluid, or not penetrating fluid, some of that degreaser over there that is not really that good. And discovered that this is probably not the original transmission that came in here, because I'm pretty sure that that is junkyard rating. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that that's junkyard rating. Other than that, what we're about to do is start prepping the engine for it to come out, because there's nothing else to come out to stop this from coming out. So we're just gonna get lines off, get wires off, get some couple bolts off that need to come off. This ABS module needs to come off. The wiring harness I'm going to take off completely, and yeah, so that's about everything that needs to happen. But first, we need to clean this mess up here. All right, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in this whole shot here. So we need to get all the tools reorganized back inside the toolbox before we go on to another task, because I don't want to be jumping around looking for bolts and screws and sockets and wrenches and stuff while I'm trying to take the engine out. So I might as well just start taking all this stuff up and putting it inside my toolbox and cleaning it up. I get a new piece of cardboard for under here because this is covered in transmission fluid and oil. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And we're gonna start right now. Alright, so it's officially been the next day, and I got me some bolts to put in the engine hoist here, to put on that unit so that we can take that engine out right now. And that's what we're about to work on. We're gonna get this thing out, put it on this stand here. First, we have to take this hood off though. So what I have to do before we can take the hood off is I have to take the kidney grills out, and it's just the hood latch here and then 2 bolts right here. Dang, she's off, homie. She is off and in good condition. I did a pretty good job painting that. I mean, there's orange peel and stuff, but I mean, for like, I mean, I did 3-step paint on it. I did primer. I used metal primer. I did that when I was putting it on. I feel bad. All right, we got the hood of the car off now. Finally. It's over back in this corner. It's really light. I bet this thing only weighs like 20 pounds. Like, I could pick it up with one hand if I wanted to, but I don't really want to because, yeah, that thing only weighs like 20 pounds, but I don't want to mess it up. We're all good with that on that aspect here. Now we can take the engine out. Like, the only thing stopping us from taking the engine out, power steering lines and a couple grounds. There's like 2 grounds. And we could just self-clearance those with the engine hoist. I mean, like 12. Okay, so we're gonna use the impact with the E12 to get that off. And then, like, there's literally not much still connected that needs to come off. Like, there's a ground that's not even connected to the motor. And then there's this line here. That's just one Allen bit. All right, now I gotta get this thing up high enough to where, watch me max out the engine lift. Just trying to get up to the right height to even get the bolts on here. That's almost maxed. Shit's almost maxed and it's not even lined up with the bolt holes yet. All right, well, I'm gonna throw you guys up on this tripod here. It should only take me a minute to take this out as long as there's no hiccups, which hopefully there aren't, because I'm gonna be very upset if there are. But this should be good. This should be good and easy. Shouldn't have said that, I'm gonna jinx it, but it's coming out either way. This shit is coming out. I don't care if it hangs from that for a week. It's coming out right now. All right, editing Bishop here. I'm in a little bit of a different area. I'm actually in my sunroom and not my bedroom, and I'm on a new laptop and everything. Getting this set up for a California trip that you'll probably see in about 2 months from now. So, I'm putting this outro in here. I know I didn't really want to do this. I'm recording it on my phone. My GoPro's there, but it's dead, and I don't feel like going out to my garage and grabbing battery and everything, but whatever. So I'm throwing this in here as right now. This is my outro to this video because I recorded the outro to this video back in October after I took the engine out. So that was really stupid. I have no idea how I'm gonna end up making an intro to this video, the next video. I'm probably gonna have to do some type of crazy movie intro type of stuff like previously on Speed Dream 7. So you get the deal. I have no idea because it's gonna have to start with a time lapse, but we're making that future me problem. That's future me inside of the truck out there on the way to California problem. This is right now. This is the outro. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you don't like it, I'm gonna come to your house. I'm gonna
Brody
speak
on
to
the
the
line,
cat.
tapping in. God out here pulling the strings for me. A girl on the line, she feeling me. Preoccupied by the motivation. Put in the time, pay the entry fee. Bro on the rise, yeah, he kinda nice. Inside of my mind, no one's real as me. Lately, life has been gorgeous. Wake up to clear, my eyes hit record. Praise up to God, I ain't chasing no. Swinging the miss, got me hitting these.